I'm gonna say something crazy, absolutely wild. There are only two good Fable games. Technically, only one. I think that the first Fable game is still the best in the series. I think Fable: The Lost Chapters, which was basically the stuff that didn't make the original game's release, like the extra added content, is the perfect version of Fable. I think the second Fable game was decent, but I think that Fable 3 was absolutely dog shit. And then I also think that the multiplayer game that they were working on that I don't think they ever released was a great idea on their part. They saved money not releasing that multiplayer game. Unless they did release it. I don't fucking know. After the third Fable game, I kind of fell out of love with the franchise because it kind of lost what I really, really loved about the first one. So I'm really hoping that this reboot that they're working on slaps. It would suck to see something that looks cool in a CGI trailer and then discover that none of that stuff that you saw is going to make it into the base game in any way, shape, or form. It would also suck if the game decided that it's not going to go back to that more your decisions have dire consequences vibe of the first game and instead decide to put you on rails, kind of like the second and the third game did. But we'll see. We shall see.
Oh, right. Jew. So, you want to know all about heroes, do you? Well, you have come to the right place. Because who better to tell you all about them than perhaps the...
In-game footage. Yeah, like. Okay.
greatest hero of them all, yeah? There he is, in all his finery. Cheers. I mean, sure, you get your mega fans,
You are like literally my favourite person.
your haters,
It's like a fan club, but we hate you.
your chancers, and the occasional giant toad, for some reason. But it's more than that. It's about the choices you make.
I'm a hero. I should do what I want.
You thought you could save her.
You know, it's your life and death stuff. That's what defines you, doesn't it? Really, stays with you. I knew this one hero. I took her in when she had nowhere else to go. Welcome to the most exclusive club in all of Albion. Thought I'd get her out there, make the most of her gift. But you know what it's like when you're young and you have a point to prove. I tell you, this kid, she had it all. The skill, the talent, the power. She was something else, all right. She was terrifying. So, yeah, I knew this girl once who made all the wrong choices.
Humphrey. She's back.
I'm going to fix it, this place.
And no one is going to stand in my way.
One of the things that I think made the first Fable game stand out was the cast of characters. Like, for instance, I will forever think that Jack of Blades was probably one of the best villains that the Fable franchise ever created. I don't remember if the second or the third game was the Commandant. I think the second game was the Commandant because he was on some ignorant shit where, like, he killed. If you went and chose to kill him early, he would send assassins to like kill your family if you didn't basically like super take care of your family, or during his final bout with him, like he'd kill your dog. He was on ignorant time. The third game was more or less where you were basically king and you were running around trying to stockpile a shit ton of money to stop a chaotic situation from happening. But one of the things that the first Fable game did was the villains. Like the idea of Jack of Blade was like this long-lived demonic being, but also the cast of characters in regards to all of the heroes that you met that populated the world was also great. If they choose to bring that back again, where you have just one super dangerous villain that you meet from the beginning, and then you have just this really big and fleshed out cast of characters that can carry the story, because I kind of feel as though the villains in the second game and the third game really couldn't carry the story and give it the drive. So you kind of defaulted in your brain back to essentially just exploring and getting as powerful as possible. If they can nail that, perfectly merge both of those, you'll have me for 400 hours. I like how all of these games that have basically come out today are games that I'm willing to dedicate a shit ton of time to. But we'll see. It's been a really, really long time since we've gotten Fable. The last Fable game. Let's actually see when the last Fable game was. Oh no, they did make that multiplayer game. It's called Fable Heroes. Never played it. So there's Fable, Fable 2, and Fable 3. The last Fable mainline Fable game, I've never even heard of Fable Legends. Oh, it was a MOBA. That's why I never heard of Fable Legends. How long did Fable Legends exist? Huh? How long did a MOBA of Fable exist before it eventually just died? 2 years. Sounds about right. Um so the last main Fable game that we got was Fable 3. And Fable 3 was all the way back in 2010. So it's been 14 years since we've received a mainline Fable game. Like I said, they've tried everything with this franchise. Multiplayer, a top-down weird thing, this stupid side-scroller thing, a fucking MOBA that I never heard of. If they're able to nail that story-wise, exploration-wise, and then in the middle choice-wise, I'll be willing to dedicate like 300 to 400 hours again playing the hell out of this game. But we'll see. It's Microsoft. They've let me down before. It's Fable. They've definitely fallen off before, but it would be great to see them essentially get back on top of their high horse and be one of those really great dominant RPG games again. But let me know what you guys think about Fable. Comment down below and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.